John, I think it's critical that as part of the question that was raised there about Lordship salvation was, does not the Lordship salvation concept undermine sola fide, justification by faith alone, because of its insistence on works? And we haven't discussed that quickly. The Reformers said that justification is by faith alone, but not by a faith that is alone. And the point was this, following James, that true faith, the faith that brings us into a saving relationship to Christ, by which we receive His righteousness, that is the alone basis for our salvation, where our works contribute nothing of merit or value or contributing anything to the basis of our salvation, that is received solely by faith. But if that faith is a true faith, immediately, inevitably, necessarily, that faith begins at the moment of its inception to show forth the fruit of redemption and of justification. So if the question is this, is it possible for a person to have faith, be justified, and never have works? What John is saying, that what we're all saying, is that's absolutely impossible. There's no such thing as a carnal Christian in that sense, that they are utterly carnal and at the same time a Christian. I hope that helps.
Explain it then, Dr. MacArthur, in terms of, for the person that has listened to Simul Justus et Peccator, at the same time that he's just, he's also a sinner. For the people that are the soft-hearted ones that are listening, okay? For the people that say, okay, I have made my commitment to Jesus as Lord, but I haven't lived perfect every step. Does that mean that I have not really accepted Jesus' Lordship? Talk to those folks.
Well, I like to say to people like that, it's not the perfection of your life, it's the direction. Paul said, not as though I have attained, but I know the direction I'm going. I'm going toward Christ's likeness, and that's my passion. And I think the way you get in touch with the reality of your salvation is not by counting up your righteous acts, but it's by listening to your heart longings. Puritans used to talk about holy aspirations. I think the evidence of a regenerate heart is a hatred of sin, is a love for God, and a longing to obey. I don't think it's perfect obedience. It's not perfect love toward Christ, and it's not a perfect hatred toward sin, but it is animosity toward sin. It is revulsion toward sin, and mostly in me, not in you or in the culture. And it is a love for God that comes forth in a desire to commune with Him, a desire to do that which is well-pleasing in His sight, a desire to sing His praises. It comes forth in a love of His truth, a hunger to know that truth and to apply that truth in your life. I think it's the cry of the heart. I mean, David said it, as the heart pants after the water brook, so my soul pants after Thee, O God. When will I come before You?
John, I think also on that the unregenerate man loves sin and he hates righteousness. Righteousness, godliness is a burden. He doesn't like to go to church if it's a godly church. If you want to see that, watch what happens when his wife truly gets converted and becomes a godly woman. He rebels against that. The ungodly person loves sin, and righteousness is a burden to him. The godly person, the regenerate person, loves God, seeks after holiness, falls into sin, but he hates sin, and that is a great burden to him. It weighs heavily upon his soul. It's the difference between a pig whom if you take it and wash it in the bathtub and put a pink ribbon around its neck, as soon as it gets outside it finds a mud puddle and it begins to wallow in it. Whereas if a lamb should trip and fall into the mud, or a cat, it will immediately get up and the cat will begin to lick itself and the lamb will try to get itself cleansed because it has a different kind of a nature. And the unregenerate person has the pig nature, the regenerate person has the lamb or cat nature.